I had one Japanese companion who we didn't get along. He thought he knew everything, and that if anything didn't agree with his logic, that the other person was obviously wrong. And I learned with some people, all you can do is just love them and just do your best to help them, serve them. And if you're not able to really effectively, go out and teach other people, then you don't have an opportunity to serve them, you can at least serve your companion. And I remember hearing a talk from Elder Bednar in the MTC called The Character of Christ that really started getting me thinking about it. And he talked about how Christ would turn outward. Like how everything that he did was based on a motivation to serve God and to serve his fellow man. It wasn't about, helping himself. And if it was, then he wouldn't have been able to do the atonement if he'd been thinking about himself for even a moment. And that kind of, stuck out to me. But I had some, worries and fears about it. Like, if I was to just do everything that I did for other people, I was thinking that my own needs wouldn't be fulfilled. I have my own needs that I need to fill, but I'm not going to do any of that if I'm just doing it for other people. But then my third transfer, I got my second companion, and I had a hard time with him. Just that he wasn't like my trainer. He wasn't quite as enthusiastic in the same way, but he loved to work really hard, and I don't feel like he gave a lot of attention to any of the difficulties that I had in trying to talk to the people, trying to work, with them, approach them, just confidence issues. And so it was really, really hard, and I had all these problems that I was dealing with. I had a whole list that I had made during personal study, and I tried to tackle them one by one. And if it just wasn't working, because even if I'd managed to, get one of those, then it eventually would come back. Or I'd get more problems that were, different. And it was just this overwhelming cycle. And I felt super lonely. I felt like I wasn't getting love from anyone else. And it was just super hard on me. And then my companion told me at one point when I had asked him why I kept having, all these problems, he said, I don't really know why you're having all these problems, but you seem to be thinking about yourself a lot. And that kind of hit me like, oh, truth. And I realized that something needed to change, and I was feeling so low that even though I had insecurities about, just giving my all to love everyone else, that I figured it couldn't get any worse. And so it would be worth trying. And I committed for a week to just try and to make other people my motivation for everything that I did. And when I did that, it completely changed my life. I still talk about it today to tons and tons of friends. Everyone that I talk to, this ends up coming up at some point if I know them well enough. And it completely changed my life, because I found when I was only thinking about other people, I would fulfill my own needs. My concerns, were absolved. If I needed, say on a basic level, I needed to eat food in order to go and help other people, and that's taking care of my own needs, but my motivation for even something as basic as that is I need to eat food because I need to have, strength to actually, get up, move around, and help other people. Just my motivation when it was for other people, a lot of my problems just completely disappeared, and the other ones that were more circumstantial, I didn't really consider them problems anymore because it wasn't about me at that point. If I wasn't thinking about myself, I couldn't be worried about it, and it wasn't a problem. And it just completely changed my whole outlook on life. Even something as basic as, conversation is done completely for the benefit of the other person. Like, when you break anything down, you can find that principle at the base of it. And that was one of the biggest things I learned on my mission, probably in my life.